Greetings everyone, and Great here from another Age of Empires 4 replay. Spawn on bottom right side as the blue Ottomans, we got Fox.Anotand. Spawn on bottom top left side as the pink French, we got Ezra123. Going for a gold mine, pretty common. Got a early wait, that's a barracks, not a military academy. So the Ottoman player is going for a spearman rush without a military academy. That's a little unusual. When it comes to map generation, do notice that all the wood spawn on the right side for the Ottoman player with the 2 deer deposits behind it with some berries. Of course, he does not have improved berries. French player has a nice line of trees there as well, so should be able to wall that off quite easily well. Townsend is a good choke point for it as well. Both his deer deposits spawn back there as well. So both players should have plenty of food. Should be pretty easy for the French player to keep his region secure. Villagers now trying gold. He does have enough gold age on up, so these villagers can be pulled back off. Does rotate the villagers around a little bit. Going for wait, no, that's the French player. They just keep those villagers off, start collecting up food. Either way, good number of spearmen now pulling a field. He may realize it's actually now a barracks rather than it was a weapon military academy. One spearman does go down, denying 50% of torch damage there. Of course, got the school cavalry pulling a field, pretty standard. 4 villagers building it. He's also going for a lumber camp. Probably go for an early archer range to deal with these early spearmen. And Pink is taking time to kill off some deer or just fire the shot there. Blue Scout does get attacked there. Does scatter the deer a little bit. And Pink does have a good number of sheep there. He really should get that back. The spearman could try stabbing the sheep as well. Does take out a deer. Not really going to accomplish all too much, honestly. Townsend is right here. Little cavalry now, of course, still being built. We're taking time to do some torch damage. Getting pretty close to torching down the mining camp. Let's go fast forward a little bit now. Another spear in the field, but they may be able to deal with Sultani trade network as well. They may be able to deal with some horsemen, but a good number of royal knights can easily overwhelm them. I think 2 would be enough. Archer range now being savage, going for some archers as I predicted earlier. Spearman running around. He could take time to stab the sheep. Sheep have 12 health, so Spearman will 2-shot them. What if sheep get affected by armor? Looks like he will manage to escape on out of there. Couple spearmen back here. We've got the archers now being deployed on the field. Gold is, of course, being collected on up. Going for a good amount of gold there. What if he's going for a fast castle? The trade network does give him, of course, 3 traders. The French, of course, can build villages at a faster rate. That will give the Ottoman player a small window to keep pace with his opponent. Though those traders are, of course, not super great. They're somewhat great. They provide 24 gold per minute. Whereas on a regular villager who just collects up gold from gold mine, was that 40 per minute? That's why you don't see people max out the trade network immediately, because it simply does not provide enough gold to offset its initial cost of paying twice the amount for a villager. You only get half the value. But it does technically add another villager queue early on. Be the expensive early villager queue. Arrow slit now complete. Bull starting going down. Got a good number of pink spearmen and archers on the field. And going for early siege engineers. No hardened spearmen just yet. We soon have enough wood for a battering ram. The archers should keep the battering ram safe enough from the villagers. And of course, the Ottoman players has half the spearmen over here. Looks like a couple archers pushing way forward. With a bunch of ladies with knives and one guy. Spearmen making their way back home. Archer in pursuit. Got the battering ram there. Good number of... Well, see, he has the spearmen to push on in. Does garrison the battering ram. Now got the Istanbul Imperial Palace. Give him access to, or is it 3 extra Vizier points, as well as greater Vizier generation. So maybe eyeing for some fun there. And someone realizes, well, we probably should back out and equip the Vizier points. He has Anatolian Hills. One great thing to help him get the faster castle because of the faster gold collection rate, and the food back home means he doesn't have to travel as far as well. Was it 10 or 8 sheep? It is 10 sheep, so that's 2,000 food at home from the collect on up. Nice and safe food. That outpost has gone down, but also that's all the batteries won't going to be able to do. This is Istanbul Imperial Palace. Do have an archer range being built here right now. Man at arms, castle age man at arms could be very, very effective. He's going. The French player is going for some royal knights. The Ottoman player is not to build any man at arms just yet, so I'm not sure what he's eyeing in the end. An archer range being built as well as a blacksmith. Now I got some Ottoman man at arms now being deployed on out. Spearman taking some damage, being picked off by that royal knight. Both players still have regular spearmen, not even hardened spearmen, right? Yep, that appears to be the case, or soon not to be the case. Another banner ram being pulled out by the French. They do cancel it. He saw an outfit stab some villagers. Thank you for the follow, L Lemon Pepper. Welcome to the stream. Battery rams, of course, continually being built. Royal Knight there, Archer here. Got this Royal Knight moving down south. The Ottoman player is encircled, but thanks to Anatolian Hill, he does. Oh, goes to times with imams as well. Don't know if the times 2 imam is going to be a great idea. It will, of course, allow him to get 2 imams to pick up the relics, but immediately one gets spotted and gets sniped, does bring the other one back home, so this is not going to claim some any early relics. Just regular archers right now with the Ottoman player. He does go with the veteran archer and +1 damage. +1 range damage, +1 range armor is already been, range damage has been completed. 1 range armor is almost on the way. And of course the French player got his free melee as well. Imam there. Try and collect up this relic. I don't know if the ×2 Imam was a good selection. He does have the Imperial Palace, or the Istanbul Imperial Palace, as opposed to the Chinese Imperial Palace. And not sure another one up to you guys. Let's see. YouTube watcher finally gets. Oh, thank you. Welcome to the stream. I do cast Age of Empires 4 every Saturday. Assume I'm up in health. My throat's not that great today, so I'm not sure how long I'm going to be able to cast today. Royal Knight's getting some damage on these villagers. He does not have textiles. Some archers being forced some back. I think it's the weather that's causing some issues. Getting cold. That's something I've realized that why I'm getting so dehydrated lately is because of cold weather. It means dry air. So it's been cold with 70% humidity, so can't say how well that accurate is. But heating at home tends to dry out everything. Veteran archers do get a good value there in the Royal Knights. They have 4 damage to them. These veteran archers have 8 damage, so they will punch through the armor quite nicely against these Royal Knights. The French player is far from aging on up. He's not planning to age on up anytime soon. Makes a spearman and man-arms, and archers probably a good composition. You can go for a handful of crossbowmen. I think the man-arms and mix of spearmen be well enough. A couple crossbowmen wouldn't be half bad. Not to worry about any sort of veteran research. It would help him out with the Royal Knights, and if you just aim move forward, likely they will auto-attack into the Royal Knights due to the fact that they're going to be charging forward while everything else is staying in the back. Granted, there are two basic spearmen still in the field. And, oh, good number of these Royal Knights are getting quite wounded. Maybe chivalry could be a good idea. Better push way forward. Village collects a bit of wood. The Ottoman player does have a... Oh, that's a French player. Ottoman player does not have a whole lot of gold income. He has picked up a relic. Those wall segments have gone down, just leaving a small bit there. Trying his best. And there goes the battering ram. Not very cost effective, since that handful of walls is what, 15 wood-ish? Maybe 25 wood versus 200 wood. And we got all the blacksmith research for the French player, including the melee armor. Going for chivalry now. Sees that health regen. See, I love that he to see Antotal and Otto. He doesn't like military schools. He's different, keeps things interesting. Sort of interesting he does forego the military school. After all, it's one of the basic things that make the Ottomans unique. After all, without the military school, he only has vizier points then. He also, maybe that's also one reason why he went for the Istanbul Imperial Palace. Got some relics back here. He still needs a bit of mosque, which would provide him some gold income. I mean, what else do the Ottomans have other than the vizier points without the military schools? That strips them down to bare basics. Oh, he got +1 military campus. So he looks like he eventually will go for military schools, just not immediate. Maybe he has some sort of mathematical cost formula of when he should build military schools. Can't say for sure. After all, they do get better as the ages progress, the better blacksmith research, or the bonuses. Royal Institute now being researched by the French, so he's probably going to either the early royal bloodlines. Royal Knights charge way forward, get a great impalement on some of these villagers. Very slow response there. He does not have textiles either. Good number of villagers went down there. I think he lost... last time I saw it down there was 5, but I'm pretty sure that was before he killed some villagers, so... Yeah, he's down a lot of villagers, but we do have all these forces over here. I've not been paying attention. Now, Pink's losing a good number of villagers as well. It's a bloodbath for both sides. Got some spearmen there. Both players now Castle Age. Pink just letting go of those villagers. Not sure why. I got more villagers over here. Looks like he just passed his village multiple locations. Pink is losing a lot more villagers. Yep, I thought Blue was going to win, or Pink was going to win handily killing off all those villagers, but now, oh. 37 versus 43, so a 6 villager difference, which 3 of those are traitors, so... Yeah, now the economy's evened out. Royal Knights heading up north. They will be able to deal with those archers no problem. There's only a handful of spearmen. Royal Bloodlines. Oh, Royal Institute does make it cheaper, so it's at least a bit more accessible. But right now, both their economies are crap. So even the veteran research is probably going to be a bit problematic for the French player. Right now, Pink does have a army size of 24,000 or 2,400 versus just 600. Make that even less now. You know that's not necessarily accurate, but just be general guy frame. Archers push forward, villagers collecting some stone here. They may go down so. No textiles here either. Veteran art or veteran spearman research on the way for the Ottoman player. Thanks to the French's better villager production speeds, is able to maintain a village. Should be able to get this recovered eventually. So not great. Down by 8 villagers, 3 which are traitors. Yeah, this game still can go either way, but it's not going both of their ways, that's for sure. Now got some military schools being established now. I think he can build up to 3 or 4 this age. He's so far. There's the other. Oh, that's another blacksmith there. There's the 4th military school. Let's take a look at his vizier. No, I always see the people get the Imperial Palace have a lot more vizier points by now, but I think you get more vizier points if you start building stuff nearby, which he hasn't really done. Usually I see Ottoman players with more production by now. Could go for Janissary Company. He's not a big fan of it, but against the French, it'll make a bit more sense. We'll give him 10 Janissaries. I don't think I've ever seen Pax Automata ever be used. And probably it's going to go for Advanced Academies. It's solid, it helps improve your existing output. And always consider the Janissary Companies as a emergency button. Our player's not going for a good number of Janissaries, but I always feel like since the last major patch where archers are now a hard counter to light gunpowder units, there's Janissaries, I feel like Janissaries' usefulness have greatly decreased. Plus, not to mention in Age 4 with the Silk Bowstring giving archers plus 1.5 range. They can easily pick up the Janissaries from a good distance. But the Janissaries still offer great DPS versus these veteran Royal Knights, as well as generally good DPS in general. Got some various economic research and blacksmith research now for the Ottoman player. Survival techniques, relatively late survival techniques for the Ottoman. He only has 1 gear deposit left, so maybe not that worth it. I need to break down the math. How effective survival techniques it is. It does cost 100 resources, so it's not too expensive, but does a plus 15% gathering rate actually gives you a return. Will allow you to get that 100 resources back fast. Faster than without it. Many things can be broken down to a mathematical formula if is it worth it, and by how much. You now have the veteran spearmen. There's a lot of veteran archers on the field, so they have to keep their distance. They have the range armor, not their increased damage just yet. Imam does take a couple hits there. It does have 3 relics. There are currently 2 relics left on the map. Of course, got this one here. Can be claimed by either player. So where's Imam going? Right there? Oh, the last relic right there. He needs to build another mosque to put it in. So the Ottoman player will have eventually 4 relics. Veteran Royal Knights now push way forward to engage the walls. And quite a bit of stone here. Oh, and he's going to replace the wall with a gate. His opponent was trying to make a hole, then he decided to make a hole himself. Blue barrel now being reached by the French player. A little bit late for that. Anti saddles now being researched. Textiles now on the way. Archers now advancing the way forward. Ottoman player has enough gold to age on up, just needs a bit more food. French player is very far from aging up, especially on food. In actuality, it looks like food income seems a little bit low at the moment. Still, I see the deer icon there, so maybe one deer carcass still laying around, or maybe one living deer. Where? I'm not sure. Oh, there's the deer carcass. With its Q ability. Imam being pursued. Imam does get impaled there. Guy's now falling on back. As a handful of villagers here on food, starting to pull out some more farms. And the French keep does also provide the keep influence, so may want to start eyeing to build some more infrastructure around this, though it needs a bit more wood. Stable now built, going for more stables. Royal Knights moving around. We've got a good number of spearmen and janissary for the Ottoman player. Istanbul Observatory is now being built, which of course gives them basically a more advanced version of blacksmith, as well as a free university. We'll break down that region. These guys are not advancing. A number of spearmen here, but nowhere near enough to deal with all these Royal Knights. There's more spearmen push way forward along with the janissaries. Placing walls would be pretty quick. Multiple siege workshops now being built as well as some archer ranges. The French player is going for arbaletiers, which in this case not going to be very useful. They're not fighting against much heavy, just 3-man arms, so I think overall regular archers would be best. It'll be a counter to the spearmen and counter to the janissaries. What more could you want? Now I got the janissary guns and the elite janissary upgrade as well as elite spearmen. Royal Knights push their way forward. March down the Sultani trade network. Not very important overall. I wonder what visitor points he has at the moment. Okay, that's just a scout. He has gone for advanced academies at... Oh, he has gone for Pax Ottomana, which will give him 50% better villagers train 50% faster for 4 minutes. It says 26 right now, so maybe already expired. But he still has access to 3 more 0 points thanks to the Istanbul Imperial Academy. Red Palace now being built. Right there, that will keep this Lord's Gold deposit pretty secure. This gold deposit can be played by either players, but feels like more French. Blue's now advancing way forward. Archer's firing away. Bagging out. Finds a decent shot there on the Janissaries. Janissaries trying to interrupt the Red Palace. The Red Palace may get interrupted. Veterans hitting them. Got the Royal Knights push along the flank. Red Palace does get fully cancelled there, which means he retains resources to have to restart the progress, which is fine. These resources a bit more important at this moment. Janissaries push way forward with good number of spearmen. Red Palace now being established. Right over here, a bit more safe spot there. We'll protect this sacred site. Veterans push forward, engage in the archer range. Only 1 archer on the build queue for the French. I do believe he needs to start produce mass-produced archers. Now he has 6 in the build queue. Do which right here, which will easily be interrupted. One thing you could do as well is if he has trouble engaging, to throw more of the Royal Knights into the keep here, just to get some extra arrows going. Here comes the Royal Knights charging into the Janissaries. It's going to be a bloodbath for both sides. The keep has gone down. The batteries may interrupt some issues, provide some issues for the Royal Knights. They're starting to fall back now. And the handful of villagers there will go down. Those archers will be cleaned on up. Got some spearmen over here. Control. The spearmen are all pretty wounded. He will do a nice little pullback macro there to keep his Royal Knights alive. They're all quite wounded. He needs to probably take time to let chivalry does the war. So maybe he'll raise some stone. Red Palace now complete. Going to rapid grab up some gold. I do believe he sees his opponent's army of spearmen Janissary. Hard countered by just basic archers. Yep, in this age, the veteran archers do have +7 versus gunpowder and light melee. The only problem right now is having auto attack the battering rams. Multiple structures being set ablaze. Royal Knights looks like down here raiding. There's, of course, and Pink backs the game. I felt like Pink could have easily countered his opponent's army. His opponent's army, which is had an easy counter of a single unit. By the way, there's Angrade saying, thank you for watching, and on to the next replay.